Please give me feedback on volume, because I think I found the source of the problem. I had to switch how I was filming to start with. That was one of the issues, and that's when I started having audio problems. I think I found the issue, so please let me know how the sound is. Okay, the story that you all requested. Margaret, Paula, and Chuck. But if the three of you commented, that means there were others. Like, wait, you fell out of a ceiling? Sure did. I was about 12 years old, and my mother was having maybe a birthday party. Yeah, probably because her birthday was often during our spring break. So she was having a birthday party upstairs, and so it was like a raised ranch. I don't know if that means anything to anyone anywhere else in the world. So it's basically a ranch style home, except it's not. It's just raised a little bit. So part of the basement is actually exposed. So you did have to go upstairs to the front door. Anyway, she was having a party upstairs with all the adults, and then we were allowed to have some friends. My sister and I. My sister is 2 years older than me. We were allowed to have some friends, and then I think a couple of the adults also had kids that they brought. And we were playing in the basement. So what did we play? We played hide and seek. Me being the I'm going to win this at all costs kind of person that I was. What I did was in the basement. I climbed up on top of the hot water heater. Okay, you know, the big tank. Climbed up there, and then I climbed into the false ceiling that was there. Because a lot of basements, I don't know if you know what that means, it's basically a metal frame with, in essence, particle board, or what do you call it, MDF, I think, over in the UK. Anyway, except thin. They're called acoustic tiles is what they're actually called. But anyway, so wire, metal frame about that wide, maybe an inch and a half. I climb up in there, and I'm balancing. It sounds so ridiculous when I tell it. I did this. I was approximately 12. I'm in there. I'm balancing myself on the frame, right? Because I know that that's not solid. I know it's not solid. So I'm balancing myself on the frame, face down, in the ceiling. Everyone has been found at this point, and my sister was the finder, the seeker. She was the seeker, right? Yeah. They couldn't find me. I mean, right? Of course they couldn't find me. I had the best hiding place ever. So everybody's looking. The rules were you had to stay in the basement. You couldn't go outside. Had to stay in the basement. Everyone. I think there were about 6 or 7, maybe even 8 kids. Young teenagers. Everybody's looking. And lo and behold, my sister is standing, I don't know, maybe 2 feet to the left of me. Remember, I'm like this on the frame. Well, I shifted. Bam, right through the ceiling. Now, luckily, I fell because right there was kind of a seam where there was carpet and then there was tile. I fell on the carpet. Now, granted, there was concrete underneath, but I still fell on the carpet, kind of on my side. Everybody else's response was, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" My sister's response, "I'm going to tell Mom." Which was the right response. Because, yeah, some repair needed to be done. I mean, that you have to replace those tiles. They're about, I want to say they're about this wide. How wide is that? Maybe 2 feet-ish. 2 feet wide, and they're about 3 feet long, give or take. That's the standard size, and yeah, I was on that metal frame. I didn't bend the metal frame, I just broke the acoustic tile. It's not tile, though. Just to clarify, it's like, I don't know. It's sort of like drywall, but it's not drywall. It's more particle-y than that. Anyway. Yeah, that's how I fell out of a ceiling. Needed chiropractic from that, but, it was that was the early 80s. We didn't know that we needed chiropractors back then for stuff like that, because I didn't have anything broken, so, no harm, no foul. Yep, that's how I fell out of a ceiling. It was because it was a basement and it was a dropped false ceiling, so it was about a foot down. It was probably only, I'm going to say a 6.5 foot, at maximum 7 foot fall. I know that's still a lot. I know. But see, this stuff is not new. I created that problem best hiding place ever, but also worst hiding place ever. So, I mean, if you needed to hide really badly for like a legitimate reason, and you could stay perfectly still, and you were only 12 years old, and so you didn't weigh that much, because now, well, first of all, climbing up on the water heater would be a no-go for me. But anyway, so there it is. There's the story. Now you know. All right. So today was Tuesday. Tuesday is babysitting day. My grandson, he's 18, 19. Is he 19 months yet? No, not quite yet. He would not nap. This is the first time I've babysat that kiddo did not sleep for at least an hour. So, and he was obsessed with eating chalk. I did my best. I did my best. He was also enjoying chewing on crochet hooks. That was also very fun for him. Kid must be teething is my guess. Anyway. Oh, and then I went to the dentist the other day. Wasn't planning on it. I think I already mentioned that. And from one of the injuries, like you would ever notice that. See that little tiny chip she got? She was like, I needed to x-ray that and make sure it was okay. Yeah, no, it's literally cosmetic. Why would I bother fixing that? It doesn't matter. It's totally fine. No need. I am not that vain. Let's start there. Do you see the makeup I'm wearing? As in 0? Sometimes I put on a little bit of makeup for y'all, but not today. I was going to tell a different story because I forgot that it was injury week. But I'll tell that story next week because it's a, oh, Lori, kind of story. Happened just before I came on to film. Okay, WIPs. Let's talk about the WIPs I have. This, unfortunately, is still a WIP, but barely. I will finish this tomorrow. So I'm going to send this in to VJ for her WIP Wednesdays because she does that. And I'll need to take a new picture. Now, not only did I get to wear, there are no more color changes. So all that's left on here is this ball of yarn. Well, and a little bobbin. I just wanted to use that up. So Kitty is done. Again, that's a light pink. I know it doesn't look like it on screen. I have not done all the tails there because I'm going to be using them for detailing. I've done some of the tails. I got to do something about that part of the whiskers. Anyway, I got some detail work to do. But as you can see, I've started on the blue all the way across. So I'm going to come over to this side and talk about that a little bit. Because when I got to here, because I was using this fat yarn, I had to go from doing linked double crochets to doing single crochets across these parts, and then linked double crochet, and then single crochet, so that I could get that height close to straight. You can still see it's a little wonky, so I might do single crochets from here to here, just to kind of flatten that little hump out, because it'll bug me. Anyway, so there's the dog. I am going to have to go around the ears in black, because I don't think they're clear enough. I don't think it's clear. I will put a little white speck in the eye. There's the mouth, the giant dog. Okay. There's the piggy. Piggy's been done for forever. The cow's been done since June. The cow and the pig have been done since June. It is now September 9th. Okay, so yeah. Once I started into the dog, what did I learn from this? Make a blanket and put on applique. That's what I learned from this. I'll put the graph out there if anybody wants to do this blanket. I don't know why you would torture yourself that way. It's so cute. So the graph will be helpful if you wanted to make a blanket and then put on appliques. I will tell you full amounts of yarns. The only one I'm not going to be able to give you clear idea is this, because this is a ball that was I took apart and to get into the different oranges. I need to do some more detailing with that too. All right. Then the next one in the order of I need to get it done is this that I made on the knitting machine. It's going to be a Halloween treat bag. That's eggplant yarn from Dollar Tree. Premier. So just yarn. Premier just yarn and eggplant. Worsted. Sorry, it is a 4-weight. I've been using hiccups. I'm so sorry. Luckily, I haven't gone into Velociraptor mode. I'm going to do my best not to. Okay. I've been using a 5.5 millimeter hook on the big animal blanket. This, again, was a knitting machine, and then I went to a 3.0 to slip stitch it together. When this is done, I will actually show that. I filmed that, slip stitching it together, and I went ahead and did slip stitches across the bottom just to kind of give it a distinct bottom. I did not do a great job on that, but that's okay. Then I got up here, I did a single crochets, but it was still kind of curling on the edge. So that's why I did the mesh, plus then I can put a drawstring in there. Now I have to figure out what kind of handles to do. And then I've put all the yarn together. I'm going to make a poison apple and a caramel apple. So I think this is the right color for a caramel apple, right? For the caramel part. So I had some other choices and then I need to just take them out and my yarn management put those back. All right. So I'm going to do a green for the poison, this for the green for the poison, this for the caramel, and this beautiful red for the apple. So it'd be like a snow white poison apple. Obviously, hers wasn't green. She couldn't see the poison or she wouldn't have eaten it, right? All right, so that's that project, and I just put it in this little organza bag, so it's all together. Ina's Weirdo is the one that helped me figure out those panels. As soon as that's off the hook, I've got a Tunisian project over there. I've got one that's finished, but that's a secret. That's for Camille's challenge. And then I've got another one I'm going to try to finish by the end of the month, but we'll see. So that's over there. I can't show you, so I'm not going to. And then there's this one that you saw last week. On Friday, I called it a finished object because part 1 was done. I have not had a chance to work on any of it. So that's... the texture is Everything Crochet Along by K period A period M period M as in Mary period E period Crochet. I'll link it below. I'll link the blog that it's free. You can purchase it too. Randomly, this charger, this 3 type charger, was sitting in my project bag for that. Oh, I'm using a 4.5 millimeter on this one. I don't know the letters, guys. Sorry about that. And then this one I don't have to have done until October, so the second week of October. So this will be the last one that I finish. It doesn't look like much. This is supposed to be a football field, and then this is the first row. This is a rectangular Bavarian stitch by Fiber Spider, or the Fiber S word for Khadijah. Khadijah, sorry, I don't know. I feel like I said that weird. All right, so it's going to look like Mile High Stadium here in Denver, Colorado. So the next row, I believe I need to do a white row, and then I'll go to the Bronco Blue. So that's what's going on there. At some point, so I have those 3 WIPs, plus I've got a Christmas stocking that I started, but I'm going to pull out and actually use one of Camille's patterns from her 25 things for her holiday challenge, making as many things from her tutorials or her 25 things lists. So I've got the second Tunisian, so one, the stocking, and I'm not going to really count the stocking just yet. The animal blanket is almost done. That will definitely be an FO by Friday. The texture is Everything Baby Blanket. I'm reducing the number of rows so that I can get as many of those different rows as possible. And then the Bavarian stitch, which I've done one before. I can move pretty quick on that, so I'm not too worried about that one right now. But if I get to a point where I need to, I will drop the other things and go to that if I need to. I hope I don't need to. So now I'm going to talk about why I said this time, instead of the happy mail hurting me, the happy mail got hurt. Okay, I untaped it, but you can see it's pretty beat up. And I was like, oh, it's pretty beat up. I opened it, and I thought that this was a note from Mindi, CNY woman, knits and crochets. She will be linked. But no, it's a letter from the post office. We understand how important your mail is to you, and you have every right to expect it to be delivered intact and in good condition. All mail deserves proper care and handling as it moves through our system. Unfortunately, damage to the packaging or the contents of mail occasionally occurs when processed by our equipment. If any of the contents of your package are missing or damaged, or you need to file a damage claim for insured items, please see below for the instructions. So apparently it came unsealed. So, Mindi, pay close attention. If anything's missing, please let me know and we can harass them. So, when they taped the box back up, they taped some of this in there. So I saw this edge. Okay. This is Scarfy yarn. I don't know how many of you have worked with Scarfy yarn. It is really nice yarn. It doesn't frog super nice, but these beautiful on autumnal colors. 78% acrylic, 22% wool, 5.3 ounces, 150 grams, 312 yards, 285 Meters, it's called a bulky 5. Barely. It's barely. But we'll call it that. 5.5 millimeter needles, 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. Knitting needles, that is. This color is iron. And so this is 312, and there's 2 of them, right? They're both iron. Yeah. So that's beautiful. And that's enough to make something, which is helpful. I can actually make something with that. And it might actually go with the yak yarn that's kind of a navy blue. Or is it too far off? I don't know. I'll have to hold them together and see. But today in her live, so Tuesday in Mindy's live, she said that she was sure that I was going to like what was in here because I specifically said that I wish I had gotten more of this. So I can tell looking at it what it is. Let's make sure I'm right. Yep, I'm right. Big Twist Vortex. And I'll try to show you the color the best I can. Beautiful colorway. Okay, so I have 2 sets of 3. So there's 2 of those, 3 of these, and then 3 of one more colorway of this. Now this is a medium weight 4. I want to show you how close. I guess that one is thicker. What do you think? Barely, but it is. So this is 4 weight. That's what I usually use. 100% acrylic, 328 yards, 300 meters, 150 grams, 5.29 ounces, 5.5 millimeter needles, 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, for a medium weight 4 worsted weight, Aran weight. Is it 12 ply? I don't know. Somebody needs to let me know if they use this plies. What's a medium 4 US or worsted in the UK? Sorry, in Australia and New Zealand. So this color is Starstruck. So again, this is 328. So this is nearly 1,000 yards. So I can definitely make something. Chances are I will do with this colorway. I'm probably going to do a Boggy Creek blanket. I already have a color on my halo that I need to do a Boggy Creek blanket with, but that's probably where this is going. This one I'm going to think about. I might make something for my dad maybe. Anyway, or my sister. And then this colorway I probably will make something for myself. 3 of these, same specifications. This one is Northern Lights, and that is gorgeous. This feels very nice, very soft. I know a lot of people liked this Vortex yarn. I haven't seen that come back anywhere, so I don't know. But very soft, very nice. And Mindy, I'm just going to... So it was the 9 balls of yarn is what's in this box. If anything was missing, let me know. So, yeah. So if anybody ever gets a package from me and wonders why I tape the living stuffing out of it, and I put bags around most things that are inside, this is why. This is why. So, and once again, I have some yarn management because my Vortex yarn, where I have my Vortex yarn, does not have space. So I'm hoping, I'm going to have to figure that out. And Scarfy yarn, this has a space because it's got wool content, so that'll go with my excuse me, wool, etc. content. So that is my WIP Wednesday. So I've got one that's almost all the way done. One that I'm going to try to work on as soon as that animal comes off the hooks. The Halloween bag I'd like to get done this week because I'm just, handles and appliques is all I need to do there. And the texture is everything. Square, going around and around. Like I said, I'm having to adjust counts and stitch counts and per row because I'm reducing how many of each stitch I do so that I can do more variety of stitches. But oh my gosh, I love working with that menagerie. The Tunisian project that I may or may not get done. Like I said, there's a stocking over there, but I'm pulling that all the way out, so I can't really count that as a WIP because even though I've started it, it's not going to be finished that way. Unless that happens to be the pattern I was using, which I really don't think it was. But anyway, now you know how I fell out of a ceiling. Yep, I sure did. And thanks for coming in. And can I get an amen?